Hello and welcome back. So this video we are going to start saving our items to get ready to print. We've already created our diagram, our molecule, so we've already created it and now it's just time to print it. So this gets a little bit tricky when you're doing multiple pieces. If you're doing one, you're going to, and we're going to go ahead and do that with this one. You're going to click the yellow list button. As you can see, it comes up with this. You're going to go to File, and you're going to go to Save As. Now, I already have our tutorial model saved, but as you can see, I also have them saved separately. We're going to go ahead and go here, and we're going to save it. Okay. So now that we've done that, you can't 3D print it this way. Okay? Because if you do, these sideways pieces will fall through and they're not going to be flat and they're not going to completely touch the bottom of the printer. Because as you can see, this oxygen molecule is lower down. So what you have to do is you have to separate each piece individually. Okay? So in order to do that, we are going to erase. Erase the different layers. I'm going to go back to the circle just because it makes it a little bit easier. But we're going to go through and erase the unneeded layers, which we're going to save that one first, okay? So erase this one. This one. And then this last layer. Okay, now we're left with our oxygen. So we're going to try and put these holes at least on the side or up at the top, okay, for when we save it. So we're going to go there. We're going to go back to the list, go to File, and go to Save As. And you are going to pick oxygen, or you can make your own. But in this case, we're just going to go ahead and save it as the oxygen. So we're going to click Save. And then we're going to go to File. And now we're going to go to Export. You want to do 3D print, which we'll put it at 10. You're going to do vertex colors, and you're going to do an OBJ file format. Then you're going to click Export, Oxygen, and Export. Yes. Okay. So there's that one. Now to get back to where we were before, we're going to load our tutorial model. Okay, and now we're back to where we were before. Now we're going to remove our oxygen. We're going to go ahead and do these for the bonds. Now, the first one I showed you, we only had one. We only had the oxygen molecule. In this case, it is easier to only print one bond instead of doing both, because if you were to print both, you have to have them lined up perfectly. So, in this case, I recommend only keeping one bond. And it'll be the same deal with the hydrogens, because you can go through and you can print as many of those as you would like. But this way, instead of printing a bunch of different shapes or sizes of those, they'll all be the same. Okay? So we're going to save this item. We're going to take over this bonds. And then We're going to export. Again, 3D print. Make sure you're on the OBJ and export. Okay. Now we're going to repeat that for the oxygen. I like how that one's sitting a little bit better, so we're going to erase this one. Now you're left with one hydrogen. Save as. And then we're going to export, 3D print, OBJ, and export hydrogen. Okay, so now that you're there, we will be moving on to the printer website.